All right, hey, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage. And today we're going to talk a little bit about how to find guaranteed BOLO items. Like, we're going to give you some ideas of how to actually tap the natural resources in your area. And it works in every area.
Yeah, because every area is different.
Every area is different. And reselling's not all about finding that one-off vintage item that's the once-in-a-lifetime pick. We see those all the time. Matter of fact, most of the YouTube videos we see is, you won't believe what I found, and it's this one item that you'll never run into again.
Nope.
But that's just reselling for TV. That's not real life. If you're going to make a long-term run at this, you're going to have to figure out how to have some repeatable inventory. Not necessarily repeatable as in the same exact things, but you have to have at least a category you can consistently get.
You know what they call those?
What do they call that?
Bread and butter items.
Bread and butter. And everybody's bread and butter items can be different.
Yep.
And every area has its own bread and butter items.
Yep.
And this is something we're just now kind of discovering on our own. So we're going to give you some examples of what those might be.
Can I tell you one example to start off with?
No.
It's none of our items we're going to talk about, though.
What?
So, a YouTube reseller I watch complained the other day because they don't have sparkle butt jeans in their area.
Oh, I watched this video.
This
was Mo. Mo87 Official is the channel name.
Yep.
And she's just getting rolling. So if you like watching picking content, go check out Mo's channel. She was just literally saying they don't have sparkle butt jeans like we have here.
Yep, we have them in the Midwest.
Kind of an example, but not. We do see a lot of that in the Midwest. But if you want to find out how to find BOLOs in your area, find your bread and butter items, find out items that you can sell and find consistently, stick around. But as usual, we do have some items that sold that need to go out.
We do.
So we're going to talk about a few of those first. What do you got?
We sold some Marvel. We sold a Marvel Legends series shield-wielding heroes. This is Vance Astro. I'd have thought he was Captain America.
He has a Captain America shield.
Yep, but he's Vance Astro.
I wonder if that shielding belongs to him.
It does.
Okay, looks like he's weird.
I don't know.
What did that guy sell for?
He sold for $12.99 free shipping.
And he'll go in a 4x4 box?
Yes, he will.
He could probably go in a padded envelope. He'd be fine.
Maybe.
He would definitely be fine.
He puts more in padded envelopes than I ever would.
Well, some things you're just not going to break.
Maybe not. You can break his legs off.
But I agree. Getting something in a box is sometimes makes you feel like it's a little more than if you just got it in a padded envelope. So we don't put a lot in padded envelopes.
No.
All right. What do you got next?
We sold a Zelf. It is a Moose Toys 2014 Zelf Masquerades. It is Vampula, the vampire Zelf.
Yep. And we thought these were trolls when we first saw them.
I did.
But they're not. They're called Zelfs.
Yep.
And we've done pretty good with them.
Yep, I only have a few left, I think.
They don't move fast. They don't fly off the shelves, but they do sell okay.
But it's not something I picked up specifically. It was in our huge $100 Littlest Pet Shop lot that we bought.
Yeah, we got them as a
bonus?
Just in the bonus lot. Yep. So what'd that sell for?
$8.99.
$8.99. Again, could go in a padded envelope. Probably won't. Why am I sticking to the floor?
I don't know.
What did we...
Lift your foot up. I don't know.
I got stickies on my shoe. I don't know what I stepped in. Probably don't want to know what I stepped in. But I'm sticking to the floor. All right. First area. First thing that you can look for in terms of finding these items. How do you mine your natural resources in your area? You look for sports teams?
Sports teams. So every area has their own sports team. People from across the country, across the world.
Not every area.
Yeah, I don't think there's one in every state, but...
Well, there's not one here. Let's define sports teams. There's no pro sports teams in South Dakota. South Dakota has enough people to fill up like a decent-sized NBA team, and then we're out of people. So we don't have a sports team.
No.
But we do have we have a pro sports team that's very common in this area from just a state over.
Yep.
We have college sports teams that are close by, again, not in this state, but just over the border. Because we live in southeastern South Dakota, so we got Nebraska and Minnesota and Iowa all right close.
I forgot about the other one in Iowa.
What's the other one in Iowa?
Iowa Hawkeyes.
And then we also have some minor league and college teams that are kind of in the area. So you're looking for any kind of sports teams that have a national following. Mm-hmm. And I think every state has some that are close by. And maybe your state doesn't have one of these, and this is an exception for you, but most states have something. Like for us,
we have 3.
it would be, for a pro team, we have the Vikings just over the border in Minnesota.
Another pro team.
Seems like everybody's a Vikings fan around here.
Another pro team. We have the Minnesota Twins.
We do have the Minnesota Twins. You don't see a lot of Minnesota Twins stuff here, though.
Not really.
Not really. But the Minnesota Vikings, I don't think we ever go to a garage sale without finding Viking stuff. It's all over here.
Yep.
We're not sports ball people.
Is that what we call it? Sports ball?
Yeah. So we don't know anything about. I couldn't tell you a good player from a bad player, or even based on their jersey what sport they play for most sports, and I don't ever want to be that guy.
Nope.
But I do know Viking stuff is very popular here.
It is.
It's very easy to find, and people, because it's so popular, because it's so prevalent here.
Yep, prevalent, not necessarily popular.
It's people just give it away. They don't give much value to it because it floods the market here. There's Viking stuff everywhere. There's the college team.
We have the Nebraska Huskers.
Huskers. That's what I was thinking of. We have the Nebraska Huskers stuff because we're in southeastern South Dakota. We're not that far from Lincoln, where the university is, and we do have just a ton of that stuff here.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
Are they the Nebraska Huskers or the Nebraska Cornhuskers?
That was a dumb question. Not because the question was flawed, because of who you're asking.
Well, I don't know. I thought they were the Cornhuskers.
It is the Cornhuskers, but everybody just says Huskers.
Okay, I'm just checking. I know your grandma used to live down there. She was a huge Cornhuskers fan.
Yep.
She had Cornhusker shoes.
And my grandpa that was married to the grandma she's talking about actually retired from the university. He was maintenance at the university. He retired from there. He always had season tickets. So the Huskers were always a big deal, but I know they have kind of a national following. Used to. I don't think they're as good a team as they used to be. But Husker stuff always seems to sell.
Yep.
It's just around here, nobody gives it any value. They discount it and they give it away for next to nothing.
You can find it in pretty much any store.
You can find it anywhere. You go to any secondhand store, Goodwill, mom and pop thrift store, it doesn't matter what it is. You're going to find Viking stuff. You're going to find Cornhusker stuff. It's just everywhere. So major sports teams, minor league teams, popular college teams, look for those in your area. Find out what the ones are that are just everywhere. Their stuff is everywhere.
Because you said the people in Ohio, what do they primarily sell?
The Buckeyes.
Is that what it is?
Well, the Ohio State has a college there, and there's Ohio stuff all over Ohio. And the Buckeyes have a national following. So we never find Buckeye stuff here. I don't think I've ever seen in Ohio anything here.
Never.
Like, none. But I know they have a national following from people that went to Ohio and people that are fans of Ohio. So look for the things that are undervalued in your area like that because they're flooded in the market. For us, it's Vikings and Huskers when it comes to the sports team. We're going to give you some different categories to look at. That's just one example. And the example of what we actually find here in our area. So let's look at a few more items that sold.
We sold another Hasbro Marvel guy. We sold the Yondu action figure.
Looks like a dude from Avatar.
That's what I thought at first when I pulled him out, but he's not Avatar. His name is Yondu.
Yondu. Okay.
You want to know something about this one?
Tell me something about Yondu.
He's going to ship with the fake Captain America.
Well, that has nothing to do with Yondu. Is he going to Omaha?
No.
That's who used to buy all of our Marvel stuff.
I need to find some more Marvel stuff.
Oh, that was Fortnite stuff. Going to Omaha all the time.
Yep.
So
we need to
Yondu,
find some more
what did
lost
he sell
like
for?
that. He sold for $9.99.
$9.99.
Free shipping.
And he's shipping with the other one?
Yep. The next item we sold, I think Corey was upset with me when I bought them because I paid a little bit too much for them.
Oh, yeah.
I did. So I found these Harley leather boots. They are men's. They are steel toe.
Those are men's boots?
Those are men's boots. They're a size 9 men's.
Look
at those. They have like screws in the. Oh.
Yeah.
Because that's
they're
for
not
the
steel toe. They're not steel toe. Did you advertise them as steel toe?
Yeah, they are right here.
That's not steel toe.
I don't know. That's what they say they are. So we'll see if we get them back.
They're not steel toe.
Are you sure that's not what those screws are for?
I'm positive what steel toes are. I used to have to wear them all the time.
Okay,
Those aren't
well.
steel toe.
That's what the Harley store said they were too. So
they are Harley boots.
Yep. They're a size 9 men's, so they're smaller. But those ones sold for $44.99.
Yep.
And I paid $20 for them.
That's
I
profit.
got excited.
We'll take them and we'll get them out of here. Some Harley boots go for a lot of money.
I did those.
Like we've done some Harley boots that sold for over $100, and sometimes they could do really well. So speaking of Harley boots, the next section of, I guess, what do we call these? The next area of bolos you can look for in your
Nationally
area.
known events.
Yep. Things that happen in your area that are known outside of your area.
Yep, but they happen. Like, it's not a one and done. It's an
annual thing.
Yes.
Like, what are some examples?
Mardi Gras.
Coachella.
I don't even know what that is. Is it movie? Is it
It's
music?
It's one of them big hippie festivals.
The other one I didn't know what it was either until I Googled it. The Burning Man Festival.
Same thing, just big hippie festival.
Yep.
No, I don't know what these things are.
I know the Burning Man one. They burn a wood man.
I just know they're big parties, as far as I know. But they're nationally known.
Yep.
And we have things around here too. They're not just those. I mean, we have the Sturgis Bike Rally.
Yep, we do have Sturgis Bike
I know
Rally.
Daytona Beach has a bike rally.
They have a bike week.
They have a bike week, but it's a big bike rally.
Yep.
Sturgis is like a bike week too.
So are those, knowing what Sturgis is primarily Harleys. I mean, it's not all Harleys, but that's where it's generation.
It's a bike rally, so it's very Harley focused. I mean, you
Yes.
have all kinds of bikes. You have Indians and Hondas and everything
Yep.
goes there, but it's primarily a Harley riders.
It's
retreat,
not like a sports bike, like a
retreat. That makes it sound like a. It's a.
It is
it's
for
a
some
bike
doctors.
rally. So it's. I mean, it's an event that people come from all over the country. Some people come from out of the country.
Yep.
And they ride their Harleys up. You'll see a lot because that's in our area. We find Harley boots,
Yep.
Harley shirts. Because that's here, we actually have 80 different Harley dealerships in South Dakota. They're everywhere.
They are.
Like Harley stuff in South Dakota is everywhere.
It is, and we've sold quite a bit of Harley stuff. We sold a Harley helmet, Harley shirts. Speaking of Harley shirts,
Yeah, we did just buy a big Harley t-shirt lot. They were primarily, like probably 90% of them were single stitch vintage 80s and 90s
Yep.
Harley shirts, all size large.
yep. And Corey was making fun of me because I was looking them all up, and I had
She was getting excited.
I had just learned something. A brand called 3D Emblem is one to watch for.
Yep.
And I
Well,
have
that's the
one.
brand of the shirt,
Yep.
and then it's got Harley print on it.
Yep. I have one.
Yep. Well, two. You found two.
Did I find two?
Yeah, you found a second one.
Oh, the one was just a 3D Emblem like image.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, clothing is something we don't really get into, so we kind of shy away from it. We've not typically picked up Harley stuff just because of that reason. It's everywhere. Everywhere we go. It's like Viking shirts and Cornhusker stuff. We trip over Harley stuff constantly.
Yep.
Vintage and not vintage. It's just everywhere. It is so, well, to tell you how popular it is around here or how prevalent it is and how low people value it, we paid $1 a piece for those shirts.
Yeah, 60 of them.
We bought 60 shirts for $60, and most of them are single stitch vintage Harley shirts.
Yep, Harley branded too.
Yep. And that's just something, the more YouTube we watch and the more we see other sellers get excited about buying things, we start seeing people get excited. Oh, I found a bunch of Harley shirts. We're like, well, why is that exciting?
We find them all the time.
Yeah, that's the stuff we use for shop rags around here.
I might
There's
have to
so
find
many.
that guy's garage sale on Facebook.
Well,
and
he
see
said
if
he
it's
had a
still
whole
out.
closet full of the long sleeve
Yep.
Harley shirts that were vintage too.
Yep.
We just didn't stick around because we made a deal in the shirts. We had a whole bunch more to go to.
Yep.
So we just bought what we bought and left. But he may end up with more.
You want to know the bonus of buying all those Harley shirts?
What's the bonus? We get to deal with clothing people? Oh, she found a vintage shirt here.
It is. It's a vintage Latte Sports.
They almost begged us to take it. There was a throw-in. Since we bought all the shirts, they were like, just take this one too. It was the last one on the rack. We'll just throw it in. But she actually had that shirt.
I did.
When we got married.
To it. I'm pretty sure I have pictures somewhere of me in the shirt. This is probably a one-time thing of wearing it because I don't think it's my style anymore.
I do remember her having that shirt when we got married, when we were just young.
Yeah, it's like you got some red, some green. It's like feels like Christmas.
Yeah, feels like Christmas.
It feels. Look at it. It's
Looks
red.
like a baseball jersey or something.
It kind of does. Oh, but
it's got a hood.
we got some hoodie action going on. Oh, the hood is blue, so I got all kinds of colors going on.
Hoodie action.
But yeah, so we got this out of it. But yeah, slowly but surely, I've gotten about halfway through those T-shirts.
Yeah.
And oh my.
So yeah, they don't have value here in South Dakota, but they have value everywhere else in the country. So nationally known events in your area. Look for your Mardi Gras, your Coachellas, Burning Mans, Daytona Beach, or Daytona Bike Week, Sturgis Rally. Anything similar to that that's kind of an event that happens every year in your area or close by. Like you said, the Huskers and the Vikings are not in our state.
Nope.
They're just within a 3-hour drive of us. So we see their stuff all the time. So look for that kind of stuff. That could be where your next bolo is sitting. Like, we had no idea vintage Sturgis stuff went for what it went for.
Yep.
And we're finding that out. And now that we are, even though we might have to deal with those crazy clothing people, it might be worth it because we paid nothing for it here. I mean, literally, we pay almost nothing for the shirts
And
here.
it'll probably be a day. I would say a full probably 8 hours of listing them all.
Yeah.
By the time I get them photographed and then doing measurements because
And that's just shirts. We've sold boots. We've sold Harley jackets. We've sold helmets.
Oh, we've gotten really good on the jacket.
We've sold Harley decorative stuff for like decor type stuff.
Remember the Harley Fund?
The
little
Harley Fund?
canister thing.
Oh,
that had the
yep. Yeah, we've sold so much Harley stuff. It's just not even thinking about it. We get it because it comes in a box of other junk.
Yep.
But we never really thought to actually buy it because it's never worth much here.
Nope.
So that's kind of the point of the video. And we have some more categories where you find stuff like this as we go. But let's look at a few more things that sold.
We sold some Tupperware. We sold some vintage Tupperware coffee cups with their coasters.
Tupperware.
Those are the
Harvest colors.
Harvest colors.
Missing the green. Isn't the green part of the harvest colors too?
It is. And so is actual red, not
They
the...
got those little lids.
They are lid. They could be lids or coasters.
Yep. So what's that sell for?
$15.
$15.
Okay, we sold a golf club.
We did.
I know jack and crap about golf, but we sold an Apollo Power
Where do you
Play.
get that? You talk about me coming up with weird sayings and saying stuff that's strange.
Have you guys ever heard of jack and crap?
No, I've heard of jack shit.
Maybe that's the polite way of saying jack shit is jack and crap.
No, you're saying you know two things about this, jack and crap. And I don't think you know anything about it. I certainly don't.
Nope, I don't. But anyways, back on the subject of what we sold. We sold an Apollo Power Play Select 5000 hybrid pitching wedge. And it's right-handed with a Karma grip.
With a Karma grip, okay. So that's the club. There's nothing special about it.
Nope.
Although it's like a wood/iron. Like ironwood? I don't know.
See, is it like...
It's like one of the big
That's
thick
like-
irons. It's a
It's
pitching
not wood,
wedge, but it's like thick like a wood. So it's a weird club. So there is something weird about it.
Would you like to know what we sold it for?
How much does that sell for?
$29.99 plus
There you go.
flat shipping.
So we will ship that for $11 something.
$11.95.
$11.95, and that'll go in a 4x4 by however long the club is, and it'll go at UPS today.
Oh, I don't even have that in there. I mean, it is. It's in the description parts. But the next area that is prevalent in a lot of places, not necessarily for us here, but local attractions.
Yeah, what's your state known for?
Yeah, like California is Disneyland.
Pot and homeless people?
You can't see that.
I just said that.
And Florida is known for Disney World and Universal Studios.
So, like destinations.
Yep.
So your theme parks, Six Flags and
Oceans of Fun, Worlds of Fun in Kansas.
And not only just theme parks, but destination places that people want to go see. Like South Dakota, we have Rushmore, Mount Rushmore, and Deadwood.
I thought of another one in South Dakota.
What?
Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse. We have the
Badlands.
Badlands. So we have a lot of destination places. They're not all great examples of having merchandise we find all the time.
No, but I have another good one. It's a must-see for everybody when they come to South Dakota.
What's that?
The world's only corn palace.
The world's only corn palace. I promise you will probably never find merch out in the world that is not in Mitchell about the corn palace.
No.
But it might sell. We have to check into it.
But a couple of other spots would be like, they have like the Daytona 500 that's held the same time, the same year. Not the same year. Same time, same place every year. The Indianapolis 500.
Yeah. And I think the Daytona 500, the Indianapolis 500, I think those are big enough and they're nationally known enough to where you probably find merchandise for those in that area for pretty cheap because it is so prevalent in that area because it is that area's merchandise. So you could probably pick that up for pretty cheap. For us, Rushmore doesn't really hold a lot of merchandise that would be worth a lot, I wouldn't think.
No.
And we don't see Rushmore. I mean, we see some, but not a lot.
No.
We do see some Deadwood stuff.
Yeah, because wasn't that
They did the movie series, the TV series Deadwood and stuff
Yeah.
too, but
I'm trying to think of the guy that died in
Wild
Deadwood.
Bill?
Yeah, him.
yeah.
Him.
Deadwood's got a pretty nationally known audience, and we do find some Deadwood stuff in the area. But like Disney, if you live near Disney and Universal Studios and stuff, absolutely you're probably seeing that stuff everywhere. And it's probably considerably underpriced compared to the rest of the country.
Yep.
But everybody knows Disney and everybody wants to buy Disney, and that's something you should be keeping an eye out for. So local attractions, destinations that people come from other states to go to.
Other countries.
Other countries even, yep. All right. So that you guys get the point on that one, right? Destinations, local attractions. Watch out for any merchandise that has to do with that.
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge. Although, do people buy Pigeon Forge stuff? Maybe.
No, but they buy Dollywood stuff.
There you go. So, yeah, local attractions, guys.
Yep.
All right, what's the next thing that's sold?
The next item I am going to give you, and it is a bolo for us.
You can't give it to them, it already sold.
I have others.
We're not
I
giving
actually
it away.
sold 2 of those today. Only going to talk about one, though.
Okay.
So this is Bath & Body Works. It is called Pleasures Sheer Freesia Body Lotion.
Why you guys say it like that?
I don't know. It just felt right.
Bath & Body Works has been good for us. Not necessarily anything new or current,
Nope.
but anything discontinued, which luckily Bath & Body Works gets discontinued pretty often, I think.
Yeah, I think
like
they
they
do
run a
once a
line
year.
and then it's over and you get no more.
Yep.
So first I guess, what does this little one go for? That's lotion.
That one sold for $39.99 free shipping.
So anything that says Bath & Body Works that looks like it's not used,
Can I tell you about the other ones we sold?
yeah, for sure.
They shipped the other day. And then we sold one earlier this morning that won't ship out till tomorrow morning. But it's like the
spray
body
stuff,
mist. It's
yeah.
that same, I think it's
Same
called Sheer
fragrance.
Freesia.
Same line.
Yeah, and those are selling for $59.99 free shipping. I only have one left.
Yeah, we had multi-quantity we bought. I think we mentioned it in another video that
Maybe.
we bought at an estate sale. We bought a whole lot of it. And it was all multi-quantity and all kind of the same fragrance line that
Yep.
had been discontinued. So we are always at every sale now watching for Bath & Body Works.
And the other ones that we sold were Victoria's Secret.
Yep.
One was full, one was partial, and
they
I sold both of them.
Yep. So yeah, fragrances and anything like that, if it looks new,
Yep.
if it is new, we tend to look them up just in case, but they seem to do pretty well, especially if they're discontinued fragrances.
I don't think I could sell used lotion.
No.
Sprays, I'm okay with.
Let's just go right back to the Joe Dirt. It's like it puts the lotion on. She does forget.
I don't do movie
She never
references.
does movie references.
It puts the lotion on. You have no idea what kind of hell I can bring you!
Well, for the sake of knowing what we're talking about, let's just suffice it to say that the lotion is mildly creepy if it's already used.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will agree with you on that. Okay, the next thing we sold came in also in our lot of what was all supposed to be Littlest Pet Shop. But they are Hatchimal collectibles.
Is that where those came from?
Yes. They're just common figures. So they're ones that you find all the time.
Look like some crazy stuff to step on, but
There
okay.
are 40 of them in there.
Bunch of little guys. What do those go for?
They went for a whopping $14.99.
All right.
But I'm 100% in the green, in the black, on my Littlest
Either
Pet
would
Shop.
do as long as it's not red.
Yeah, it's not red. It's one of those colors.
So our final area where you can look for things that you could mine from your own local area that others, you have an advantage over others in, is culture.
Yep.
Look for the culture of the area you're in. All different areas in the U.S. have different cultures and different things, different people settled there. For us, it's mostly like Native American. We have we have reservations in South Dakota. We have a pretty big Native American population.
I think they're mostly Sioux and Cheyenne.
Mostly Sioux here.
Yep.
And because of that, we find a lot of Native American art. Jewelry and arrowheads. And we find a lot of stuff like that is pretty sought after. And it sells pretty quickly nationwide.
Yep.
But it's really, we got to find a better word than prevalent. It's abundant. It's everywhere.
There you go. That's
there we
a good
go.
word.
Look at us.
Wording.
So it is everywhere here. We run into it all the time. Dream catchers and all kinds of different Sioux pottery and art, and so we could grab that kind of stuff pretty easily around here all the time, anywhere we go. And it is nationally sought after. And there's a good chance you guys have some of this in your area in different cultures too.
Can I name a couple?
Let's give them some examples.
Okay, so like in Pennsylvania, they have a large Amish community.
Lancaster.
Yep. So they, if you're looking for Amish furniture, Amish made
Some wooden spoons
goods.
or whatever you got.
Yeah. They
You never know. Who else would make a wooden spoon? China. China and the Amish, that's your options.
Okay. A few more that we have on our list is Texas. Like they are a big one for like the Western, the cowboy, the rancher.
Yeah, they have a big cowboy culture. Now, you can find cowboy stuff all over. There's ranches all over here too.
They're generic if you're not in Texas.
It is. No, there's a lot of real working ranches around in South Dakota too, but in Texas, it's more part of their culture than it is here.
Yep.
So you find a lot of the Western style stuff. What are some other ones?
Maine. What is Maine known for?
The lobster, the sea folk.
Yep, the sea folk. So nautical themed stuff.
Yep.
Like you would find if you're looking for decoration for your wall and you want a ship wheel.
Now, we live by these little lakes that they're called glacial lakes around here. We live in between like 4 lakes. There's a little thrift store in town and they sell those little lobster pots, the little old vintage, because nautical themed things are pretty popular around the lakes here.
To decorate your house with.
But those little vintage lobster traps and stuff, Maine probably has them laying all over. They'd sell for like $80 here. So because they're not here, they're hard to find here, and they're sought after. Any of that nautical theme type stuff that places on the coast in general would probably have, we don't have. Landlocked South Dakota doesn't do a lot of lobster trapping.
We don't eat a lot of seafood.
We could catch crawdads, but
We have crawdads here.
I am so disappointed in you daily.
I thought that was down south that they have.
Of course we have crawdads here.
I don't eat those, so
Nobody eats those. We use them for catfishing.
Okay.
How do you not know these
People
things?
eat crawdads, though, don't
No,
they?
they eat crayfish. They're different.
I swear.
They're like a crawdad. But no, I wouldn't just eat crawdads out of here.
Okay, you want to know a couple more?
Well, now I'm worried.
Like Louisiana, they have the Creole, the French. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, they had French Creole, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. If you're from Louisiana and you're offended already, hang in.
We're trying to offend everybody.
No, there are, like, they definitely have that whole Mardi Gras
Yep.
situation going on down there, and it's kind of a culture. It's part of, like, their accents are different, their culture's different. They got that whole voodoo thing going on in areas. Like, there's a lot in that culture. I don't know it all. I'm not saying you're all voodoo, but that's all part of that culture. The Day of the Dead stuff down there is really big. That kind of stuff doesn't happen here. Like, you don't see that here.
Nope.
I don't know that there's one place where I could go buy voodoo supplies in South Dakota if I wanted them.
Now I have to research.
So if I wanted to, like, really mess with my neighbors and, I don't know, roll some chicken bones or whatever, find my future, I don't have any way to do that. I got to go to Louisiana for it or eBay.
Okay, so the other one that comes to mind is like down in Arizona and New Mexico, they have
Different
the Navajo.
Native American, yeah, whole different tribe,
Yep.
whole different culture of Native American down there.
Yep.
So,
So you would also find like Navajo themed artwork,
like-
pottery, jewelry.
like Chavez in Young Guns, they called him Navajo.
Jose Chavez. He's a Mexican Indian. How'd that be?
Well, that'll be just fine.
Movie reference again. I don't get it.
Okay. I'm not a big movie buff by any means. I don't know very many movie references, but she knows zero.
But that's awesome. See, I know one.
Forget Aka tarded. All right. So I think that wraps up our culture section before we do seriously offend anyone.
We FYI, we don't mean to offend anybody.
No, it's just pure ignorance.
Yep.
So don't unsubscribe. It'll get better. But hopefully you can kind of see there's a lot of different areas. Every area has a local resource and probably several local resource categories that you can pick from. And it isn't all about the big vintage bolo or the $200 video game or whatever the next YouTube is pumping as the find of a lifetime. Those things are great. And of course we all want to find them. And if we ever find them, we'll tell you about them too. But that's not what most of this is about. It's about finding something you can get all the time.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter. The stuff that pays the bills. And this is a good way to look at that, is to look in these areas. So maybe this is helpful, maybe it's not. Maybe we're full of crap. Probably are. Maybe
You
we're
are.
not. You guys let us know. But in the meantime, we got a few more things that need to go out. And those are what?
We sold some bats.
Kinda.
No, they're bats. They are wiffle ball
Wiffle.
bats. We sold a pink and a black powerized model C271 Pro Stock
Louisville Sluggers.
Louisville Sluggers.
Whack.
And they sold to the same person.
Yep.
And the pink one sold for $15.
There you go.
And the black one sold for $13 for a total of $28 for
And I
that.
could test your sports knowledge.
What?
What are those used for?
Beating you?
Oh, that's not a sport.
Wiffle ball.
Fake baseball.
Wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball.
The balls with the holes.
Is it wiffle or wiffle?
Wiffle. Wiffle.
All right. That's the sport. There you go. And then we sold a game that I get to pack in a big old box.
So this one, I had to go through, and I went through it completely to make sure that everything is there. It is complete. It is Mutant, a vintage 1993 Mutant Chronicles Siege of the Citadel board game.
That's kind of cool. I'd actually like to play that game.
It's got little plastic dudes in it.
Yep.
Does it show it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Some of
fabulous.
it. All the little dudes on the
Yeah.
bottom.
The big white one we got.
Yeah.
Him. Yeah, so it's complete. It's a sought after game. I listed it and it sold within a week.
I don't remember where we even picked this up.
I don't
I have no
either.
idea. But it is really cool. I wish we would have had a chance to play it. And that sold for how much?
That sold for $49.99.
There you go. And it'll probably fit in the bigger VCR box. Yep. All right. Well, I think that's it. So we're going to get out of here and get the packing for today. And we will see you guys next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.